Hello everyone, back with yet another video especially helpful to the interns. The internship is already started with the new upcoming batch of the interns, and now a few of them have definitely decided that we have to go ahead with doing MDS. A few of them are a little dicey maybe, and a few of them are sure of not doing the MDS maybe. But yes, for those people who have finally decided to do MDS, congratulations for your decision. For those people who are dicey, I just hope that you people can take help and get your decision faster so that you would get enough time for preparation. And I would personally suggest start with the preparation. The decision can happen later because the preparation is not going to be a waste. Today we are going to talk on how to make the timetable. This is a very crucial step, and it is one of the most important things that the topper would have done differently from the others. So I would personally say the timetable should be SMART. Now what does this SMART mean? SMART means, first S means it should be specific. It should be measurable. Now what does measurable mean is, we'll come to it. Then it should be achievable. That is, it should not be something that is unrealistic, or it should not be something that is not feasible, or something that is not possible from you as an individual, because we as students, each one of us is different. Some people would be early risers, some would be late night study people, some would be the people who study during the day and regularly. So depending upon you as an individual, you should set up this timetable. R is for realistic, and T is of course time bound. So your timetable should be specific. Now we are focused on NEET PG, NEET MDS PG that you're going to give probably the next December. Like, considering the schedule of the timetable for NEET so far, it should be specific to NEET MDS. So you should know what you're going to study. You should know, or you should have studied your own SWOT analysis that I had suggested in the last video. With that, you would know which the strong subjects are, which are the weaker subjects. So you can make a more specific timetable. Then your timetable should be measurable. By that I mean it should be measurable in days and months. So you should be able to complete a particular subject in the particular decided time. You should be able to complete an entire set of the subjects in that time, and you should be able to be ready for your mock exams by the time you would have completed the entire revision. Then it should be achievable. Like I said, it should be feasible. It should not be something hi-fi. मैं सुबह 5 बजे उठूंगा और मैं रात को 12 बजे तक पढ़ूंगा. This is not possible, because you would be doing your internship. You would have a few heavy postings. You would by now have got your timetable for your posting. So depending upon the posting, whichever subjects are a little cool, whichever subjects are not very heavy, you can decide your timetable based on your postings so that you can cover the entire syllabus and you don't miss out on few months because the posting was heavy. Then it should be realistic. Realistic, by that I mean you should not decide कि एक दिन में मैं 10 chapter पढ़ लूँगा. This is not possible. So whatever is possible for your individual, you should go ahead with that, and it should be time bound. That is, if you have decided that you will finish anatomy in 1 month, you should finish. Otherwise, you are not going to meet up to the deadlines of the timetable. And if you don't do it from the beginning, it is going to be a waste making the timetable. And your timetable also should be based on these points. It should be, one is a yearly, then a monthly, then a weekly, and a daily timetable. By this, what I mean, I would just elaborate this. Roughly, we do not still know the date of the NEET, next NEET. So we would roughly take that we have 11 months. Right? So out of these 11 months, 6 months would be for studies. 5 months remain, which 2, 2, 1 go for individual revisions. Now this you can modify a bit considering your preparation, considering your preparation that you have done in the last 4 years, how good you are at your subjects, how good or more time do you need. Depending upon individual, you can, if you make these 7 months, this would go only on 2 revisions. If you make this 5 months, you would get more time for revisions. This can be an individual decision, but it needs to be on paper, because today I will say कि I'll finish in 6 months. Tomorrow I may feel अरे नहीं यार 5 महीने में हो जाएगा. Then the third day I may say नहीं यार ये process तो बहुत बड़ा है, ये तो बहुत time लेगा, so it will take 7 months. This should not happen. So you should take your timetable on paper so that it becomes more definitive. And these 6 months, then you would divide. You would definitely have a few cheat days, like the diet planners tell, a few cheat days wherein you have your celebrations, the birthday celebrations, some family weddings or any other family get-togethers. You can have these get-outs. Keep time for these if they are pre-planned, so that you would have completed whatever you have decided and you would have time for enjoyment. I would not say that you need to study 24 hours, but if you plan it in this way, you will definitely get time out for these family get-togethers, friends get-togethers, and you would be prepared for the NEET exam. So yearly we have this timetable. Now monthly, I would say decide your timetable based on your postings, especially postings like oral surgery, prosthodontics. These are you need a lot of energy in those postings, so you would be tired in the rest of the day. If that is so, I would suggest take those subjects which you are good at, which you know the theory, you know that you are good at it, which gives you confidence already. So you can solve those MCQs much more easily than the difficult ones. And in the oral pathology postings or any other postings which is a little light, depends upon individual colleges. So if any such postings are there, you should go ahead with those subjects which are difficult or which you are weak at. May not be the same ones for everyone. So if you do the timetable likewise, it will help you complete the portion during your internship with 3 revisions. Okay. Then we would have only monthly. Monthly, by that I mean, if you decide in this particular month of February, we'll take an example. February, I will complete anatomy. It should not be so vague. It should not be so vague. By that I mean, you have week 1, you have week 2, week 3 and week 4 for every month, a few here and there. So this should be planned. Embryo, histio, I will finish. Then you would have other topics in detail, so that it will finish. Otherwise, पहले 2 week तो ऐसे ही चले जाएगा, अरे 1 महीना है अपने पास करने को. With this thought, you would just leave the first 2 weeks would go, and then in the last 2 weeks you cannot finish anatomy. So you have to divide. I would not suggest do only MCQs, because considering the latest patterns of the NEET exams, you need a approach that is holistic, that we say in our public health terminologies, that it should be holistic. You cannot just study anatomy and leave the other part, because you would get a few application based questions like in oral surgery or general surgery. You would have general medicine into it. So for all of this holistic approach, you need to know the subject first and then the MCQs. So the approach needs a little tweaking from what possibly we prepared to what you people are preparing. So you need to have the theory touch along with MCQs. We ourselves at Edge Dental PG used to advise the students to go ahead with MCQs and go back to the textbooks only when you have difficulties. But that is not true anymore. I would suggest you need to know your theory very good. So this is a weekly timetable, which in you have to be specific what you want to finish during this week. And then is a daily timetable. Now why is this daily timetable important? Now what happens? Possibly each one of you during your internship 9 to 4 is college, right? We are specifically looking at interns. So 9 to 4 is the time you lose in college. Probably you may get half an hour or 2 depending upon your patient inflow in your college to prepare. So we are not considering it in the timetable. Whatever you prepare in your college is your extra preparation. So now depending upon, I would suggest 6 a.m. or 6:30 would be wake up. 6 to 6:30 would be freshening up. Then 6:30 till 8 you can have one session of 1.5 hours, a big time. Do not keep any sessions of yours more than 1.5 hours, because Your brain does not have the capacity to do this continuously. So 6:30 to 8, go in for one session of whatever subject you are doing. Then 8 to 9 can be ready and breakfast for college. Then you go 9 to 4 to college. I am very particular in telling you, do a feasible timetable. 4 बजे कॉलेज खत्म होता है तो 4 से पढ़ाई नहीं कर सकते. So 4 to 5 would be your time to freshen up again. So you can have your tea, a light breakfast, light snacks depending upon your situations. And then you can have 5 to 6:30 as one session. That is your second session of the day. Then again 6:30 to 7 would be a break where you can have a talk with your parents if you're staying in hostel, or even if you're at home, you can have a chat with your brother, sister, or your friends, anyone. And then 7 to 8:30 would be the next session, second session of the evening. That is the third session of the day. 8:30 to 9:30 can be dinner and again a light change from the routine. And 9:30 to 11 can be the last session for the day. That is third session for evening and fourth session for the day. That means 4 1.5 hour sessions would mean you study, you give 6 hours a day, out of which you can 2 hours you can keep for your theory and 2 sessions for your theory, 2 sessions for MCQs, or depending upon the subject, 3 for theory, 1 for MCQs, or all for theory depending upon the particular subject that you are preparing. And of course college routine, because you could be a little tired on few days, you are a little fresh on some other days. So all these things would have an impact. But this is a very, very feasible timetable wherein you are not putting pressure on anything and you are not leaving anything. You can definitely plan it in this way. Sundays you can allot more time to giving MCQs. You can give 3-hour continuous so that you can solve a few papers of previous years. Only for that you can get a little practice. So all of this can be done. This is a very, very achievable timetable. But I am strictly telling it to everyone, please put this timetable on paper. Spend 1 to 2 hours of yours putting this entire timetable, which is definitely going to help you at least achieve 10 to 15 more marks than what you are doing right now. I promise this to each one of you. I hope I am clear. With any doubts, you can just put it in the comment box, and you can do subscribe to the channel of Edge Dental PG. Any more doubts, any help required in your planning schedule, you can contact us at any time at Edge Dental PG. Thank you very much, and do subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thank you.